Hello, my name is Robert Eberhard, and I will be presenting the case number 1, the age-old dilemma. Hope you don't mind the headphones. My microphone on my computer doesn't work, so this will have to do. Suzanne Stryker is a new accountant for AccuSuccess and is auditing Easy Company. She is told that she can only work 40 hours a week to do this audit, but she feels she has to work extra hours to complete her portion of the work. She's getting a little overwhelmed and stressed, and so she speaks to the senior accountant to figure out what his secret is. Will Smith, the senior accountant of the audit, is always able to leave work early at the end of the day, not have any extra hours, and just work his 40 hours a week and be done with it. And admits to Suzanne that he does, in order to do this, he has to take some cuts along the way, deciding for himself what the risk management tolerance of the company is. By doing so, Will is violating the accountant's virtue of integrity by assigning his own risk assessment to the audit and not talking to the others involved with the problem, with the audit. While his reasoning seems solid, he may be missing important information that would be very beneficial to the audit manager in order to complete the audit. Unless he discussed this with the manager ahead of time, which doesn't seem very likely, he is treading on dangerous ground. So Suzanne, in all of her issues and problems with the workload, reaches out to some accountant friends to see what they think about her issues with the audit and what she should do about what's going on with the senior accountant. Now, her colleagues kind of gave her some level of advice along the continuum, the spectrum of what you would expect. One of her colleagues just said, start doing what the senior accountant's doing. He's obviously leading the audit team, and so maybe he should be the example to be followed. One tells her to just do all of her work, however long it takes her, and just bill the client for the 40 hours that's budgeted for the audit. Another says that she should do all the work and bill for all the work she does, even if it exceeds the 40 hours, just because that will help show that she's trying to get the work done in a proper way. Finally, her last friend tells her that she should work up to 40 hours a week, then discuss with the audit manager what is happening with the audit, and so she can try to let him know what's going on. This may result in ultimately the audit manager seeking out the senior accountant and seeing why he's doing what he's doing, but she has to weigh those things. She has a decision to make, both for her sanity and for the sake of the audit. The first thing Suzanne needs to do is ensure that she's doing everything she can to get her work done in the allotted time. If she's there could be some things she's doing that's requiring her, causing her to work more than she's supposed to. And so it's ultimately in her best interest to figure out maybe she's not doing everything efficiently. If she is, though, she should speak to the audit manager about her concerns. But before she goes and brings up to the senior accountant directly, she should make sure the senior accountant is actually doing what he's saying doing, instead of not just maybe joking with her, pulling her leg as part of like a hazing incident for the new person. Ultimately, however, she needs to decide to do what is necessary to ensure the audit requirements are met and ethical standards are followed. If she has to work 80 hours a week to complete her work, then she should work 80 hours a week and bill for 80 hours a week, because underbilling, billing for work that you didn't do is kind of a bad ethical thing to do. But also, considering billing for not working, saying you work 40 hours and working for 80 hours and billing for 40 is still unethical, even though it does save the client money. If she's going to go to the audit manager about the issue she's having with the senior accountant, she just needs to make sure that she's covering her tracks, making sure she's doing everything she needs to do just in case something might come up and prevent future problems happening from this audit. Ultimately, I believe that she should work with the audit manager and figure out a best solution for the problem, while also ensuring that this her own ethics are followed to the T. Ethics should help you complete the work is assigned, and not hinder your work. So it's important for Suzanne and any other accountant to always keep their ethics in the front of the mind and ask how they worked ethically that day. Lying about the hours you work, for example, even if it's saving the client money or the firm money, is unethical and should be avoided. Failing that, if there's any questions, we'll call this a day.